Okay, I got my water, I got my paint brushes. Let's paint a hippo. Now, of course, everything doesn't work out just right. Okay. Help my shadows. Yeah, it does. Okay. Okay. I've got a commission to paint a hippo, and they want me to put a flower in his mouth. So, this is where we're starting out. I'm going to add the flower later, because I want to be able to offer more than one flower. Ooh, I almost made a mistake. Note to everyone. Now I want to put him in water. So the first thing I like to paint my background in first, or at least a coat of it. I just like to have that color in there, so it kind of, you're going to play off the colors in the hippo, in the water. You're going to play off the water in the hippo, but everything kind of works in that round. So I want him, the color is relative to what's around it. So I want the color around it to tell me what he is. So the first thing I've got is I'm just using water. Now, if you're ever going to learn how to paint, make sure that you pick quality brushes. Don't pick cheap paints and cheap brushes and expect good quality. I will set it up so that I give you all of the stuff that I use. This is a U-Trek 1.5 inch. I have had this one for years and years and years. It's older than my oldest kid, and it's just amazing. So even if you splurge on one or two nice brushes, it's going to do you in the long run. Now all of my little cups look like this. These are ones I've made. So I'm going to come in here and I want to create, let's see, this area definitely is going to be my strongest area because it's a shadow. But I want to keep it really light and airy. No. Got a little bit stronger color there. And I want to come to lead it off. Up in the sky, same color, different amount. Limiting your palette to just a few colors will make your everything stand out better. And this is where the patience of watercolor works in. You've got so much water in here. If I'm not careful, it will kill everything. So I just tinted my color up there. I didn't want white paper, but I don't want a lot. I am really bad about when I paint. I use my jeans to take my water. So if I'm coming in here and running my hand across, or my paintbrush across my water, I just use it on my jeans or the edge of my t-shirt. Cool thing about watercolors is if they're dark colored pants, you'll never know it. You actually wiped it across it. If they're your light white ones, yeah, you'll probably see it. The reason I'm pulling this back is so that it will dry quicker. I'm being quick and lazy. So I'm going to hurry up and paint. Okay. So I've got the background and it's stained in blue. Probably cobalt or ultramarine. Ultramarine is what that is, because it's got a little bit of alizarin and crimson on the edges still. You're going to find out that I mix these colors a lot and then I just leave them in bowls and I come back to them. That's a bad habit of mine. Now, when you look at a hippo, I want to start with the undertone color. And I needed something that was a little pinker. In watercolors, the way to get pink is to get a red. You can either buy a pink or you can get a red and add lots of water to it, because the paper is what comes through. So you're going to want a really watery amount. So like here, I have a cute pink color that I like. Now you'll notice my lines in here. The reason that I draw this way on a painting, a watercolor painting, is unlike in a acrylic painting where you can come back in and add all of this. You have to add this in to begin with. I'm going to probably move that nostril as I work. Also in watercolor paintings, the colors are translucent, a lot of them, not all of them. And you'll have to learn that as you work. One of the best things to do is make a grid and actually figure out which ones are and which ones aren't. And because I have worked so many years with the same brand, and I am very picky about my brands of paint, don't go buy Crayola or Reeves and expect to get good quality. You gotta splurge on watercolors. I'm looking for the highlights in it. I'm going to add just a little bit down there. Some, but his ears have some in it. The ears actually have a lot. I'm going to just paint them in pink and come back into them. And because you use it in the actual art piece or in the hippo, you come back down in here and use it in the water too. Now, when you look at a color, you're not looking at the actual color. that's on the paper. And this sounds really goofy, and you have to work at it. Sometimes using a computer program and playing with it, you'll get there better. But you're actually looking for the color that's underneath the color. For instance, here, this guy in his dark shadow areas actually has some very, very strong green. Later. Add some to his eyes too. Now when you start adding all these different colors, everybody panics because they're like, oh my gosh, he looks like a cartoon character. But I promise, he will look awesome when it's done. But you gotta look for these colors in here. Here. Okay, now he's all kind of blocked in here. I'm going to start blending out the edges. It's not so cartoony. Some of these edges you need because they create the edge of a wrinkle. But others of these edges, you just need to make them disappear. I like to make them set though, because they start giving a defined area already. Where do I need to make this edge disappear? And I don't know why, I just like a cotton fabric or a t-shirt fabric more than I even like a paper towel. Sometimes paper towels get fuzzy in me. Now remember, I'm adding the flower into his mouth area, so that area's definitely got to show a shadow. that one I just keep on blending out both ways, and it doesn't need it. Soften that line. I need that to come down a little stronger. Personally, I love an aqua board. For some of these that are just for fun, I know the person's not going to buy the original painting, I'll put them on paper. They're a little bit, I can still mat and frame them, send them in, and paint and everything else, but add some texture in there. It's one of those things you gotta think about. Do you add your texture in as you go, or do you add it in as an afterthought? And the answer is both. Now doesn't he look like a cute green? Kind of seems psychedelic now. I miss this guy. I started in oils. It's what they were encouraged us in college. I had a professor that told me that I got in a bind one semester. I had 4 paintings due in a week. I know nobody ever cast a notes. And the professor, I knocked out 4 watercolor paintings in a night. The professor told me, you were going to become a watercolorist. I told her she was crazy. I didn't like the woman. Well, me and her didn't see eye to eye. I can't say I really didn't like her. We just didn't G-haul. Anyway, fast forward to after my first kid and not wanting to use all of the stuff on the oils and just not really enjoying them. I enjoyed my charcoals and my pencils better. And all of that was said and done. I ended up going to a class in Dallas Rick was his first name. I cannot remember his last. I know it's terrible. And we did a watercolor painting in 4 days. I learned a lot. Okay. I gotta let this dry. I've gotta let it set up for a whole day, and then I'll come back and paint the next layer. So, until next time, ciao.